Okay, moving on in our reptile unit. We last time that we took some reptile notes, we were talking about crocodiles and alligators. We are moving on to our next batch of reptiles, and that would be the testudines or the turtles and tortoises. All right, let's look at some examples here. Tortoises typically tend to live on land where turtles are in water. Tortoises are also going to be, when you think about slow-moving reptiles, that's usually a tortoise. Turtles are actually pretty quick for the most part, especially when they're in the water and swimming. Breathing wise, all reptiles are ectotherms. So what that means is the environment determines their internal temperature. So the slower the metabolism means that blood is not pumping as fast, so less oxygen is needed. So for example, they can hold their breath for long periods of time. For example, um, I got a pet turtle named Big Mike. And this is what the kind of turtle he is. He's a Western painted turtle, and during the winter time, he actually doesn't breathe. All right. Now he's in a fish tank indoors, and so he stays active all winter. But in the wild, his species actually doesn't breathe in the wintertime. They just hang out at the bottom of lakes. They can hold their breath for up to 4 months as their core temperature drops due to the surrounding areas. So, kind of crazy fact there for you about aquatic turtles, especially here in Minnesota. The oldest tortoise, all right, Galapagos giant tortoise. The oldest one has been recorded at 152 years old. They think that there are older ones out there, though. All right, it's hard to measure something that's older than humans are. But they think that they can live probably closer to 200 years potentially, thanks to their slow metabolism. Um, Tortoises live typically around 80 years old. So if you're buying a tortoise as a pet, that's a big deal. That is something that you will have for life. So keep that in mind as you're making that decision. Turtles, on the other hand, tend to live around 25 years. Bigger ones can sometimes live longer. Ones in captivity can sometimes live longer than that. So just kind of an age span for you. Snapping turtles, as we had in our quiz last week, can be aggressive. There's an alligator snapping turtle. It's a variant of typical snappers. There's the turtle man with a snapping turtle. YouTube sensation before YouTube became popular. The largest turtle on Earth is the leatherback sea turtle. Maybe you've seen some videos of those. Do I have a video on here? Yeah, look at that thing. Leatherback sea turtle. It can be 6 feet long, weighing up to 2,000 pounds. Look at how huge that turtle is. Just a dinosaur out there. The smallest tortoise is the speckled paddlopper tortoise. It can be just a couple ounces and only a couple inches long as you're going there. I do not have a clip of that turtle, but there's a cool um, leatherback sea turtle going into the surf after laying eggs, probably. Turtles, they have two parts to them, right? They have the carapace, which is the top shell, and the plastron, which is the bottom, right? Um, Now I should say that turtles do not leave their shells. Okay, if we were to, I don't have a picture of it. No, I don't. Shoot. And I don't have one to hold up here. If you're looking the inside of that carapace, you'd actually see its spinal cord, right? So their spinal cord is fused in with their shell. Like that's essentially just an extension of their backbone, right? So the shell grows with them. There'll be little chunks that break off, just like you'd have dead skin that breaks off as it grows in size. And if you look inside there, that shell's packed with all of its internal organs, right? So there's a look at it. And so it's not like there's an empty spot in there for the turtle just to, get inside and move around like you see in the cartoons. Some turtles can get their whole head in and kind of pinch off the front, but those are few and far between in there. So another look at some internal turtle anatomy for your information. And then here I like this picture because it shows that hey, that here's the shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle, and they're fused in with the shell as its backbone there. So it's not like they can just walk out of those things. That is very much a part of them. And you see, you have this huge empty space in there for all their internal organs. There's like I said, some turtles can pinch off the front of the carapace and plastron there. Side neck turtles are a little different. All right, oops, sorry. I don't know if you can see, but this is actually its neck. coming out there. So side neck turtles have a really long neck that they use for hunting. Those turtles are a little different. They don't retract their head back in. They actually fold it alongside their carapace to help have that layer of protection in there. So a little bit about turtles and tortoises. There'll be a short assignment online to follow up.